Welcome, I'm the Lego fan called the Solbrick, and I'm currently working on my Lego town called Soltown. In the past two videos I've been working on this raised level over the train tunnel, and that will continue in this video where we are going to cover this gap here with some facades for buildings. I don't have the space to have complete buildings inside of here, so it's gonna be fake it till you make it. And this will be next to the Barracuda Bay, which is this shipwreck in Soltown. That's a bit of a tourist trap. I need to connect the little walk path that's going to be in front of the facades here with this little walk path that they have here and this over here. So it will be a real good connection point here. And I think that's going to turn out really cozy to have some sort of boardwalk. This gray thing down here is some sort of an old statue that's fallen apart. So somehow I need to remove it or turn it the other way around so that we can see the front, because this is the back. Well, that turned out to be an easy fix. You just put it down like this. Alright, let's continue. The boardwalk is starting to take shape with a simple staircase there with just some slopes. You can see that it continues there, but this will be a good place to post minifigs and other little bits and bobs. Like I have these canisters and other kind of details all over the place. Look, I even have that little chameleon. Check it out. I've decided to use some older mocks from Soltown 1.0 that I'm just going to rip the facades from and put in back here, like this old computer shop and the Indian restaurant, because there are already videos about the interiors for these buildings. But I need to extend them a bit, because if you look here, they are not going all the way up, and maybe they shouldn't go all the way up, because I want to have a stone wall up here. The whole row of buildings will be the supports for this whole piazza up here, so these will go away. So I made this measurement stick just to see how tall I need to make this Indian restaurant. And also I need to make it about 4 studs deep instead, because if I make it any deeper, the train will probably hit it in the curve. Alright, here's the construct for the Indian restaurant. Still have a patron in there having a, well, she's eating nothing. She's waiting for a meal, but that's not going to happen because the chef is over here. Anyhow, I used some red bricks here just because I have a lot of them, and they will be covered by this gray wall. Put in a little funny door there, so let's see if we can put this in place. That looks rather charming. I put in this little barrel here for some hot curry, and also I have this mosaic of some dolphins, because when I visited India I saw real dolphins. There you go, welcoming you into this fine establishment. However, when you solve one problem, you get a new one. Now I can't open the door properly here. So I need to make some sort of arrangement here where this will poke out a bit. Sits happen, as the teenagers say, but I think this made this look even a bit more interesting than before. This is quite satisfying. When you open the door, the saxophone, it just fits there. Of course, we need some tiny stairs for the tiny door. Same procedure with the old computer store. We're gonna make this 4 studs deep instead. Rip out the interior here and just focus on the front side. I realized that it's easier to lift these parts and put in buildings without the piazza on top, because that's quite heavy, to be honest. Alright, let's have a look at this. I've lengthened it a bit, made it taller with this 3rd floor there. I think this looks really cozy already. Outside the computer store we have that crazy robot waiting to take over the world. Well, she can have it. It's a pretty shitty place. And the backside here is super simple, but now this is going to be so strong and sturdy. For me it's important to vary this gray wall with some extra details, like these fans and the ventilation and this little arch here, but also in height of the buildings here, like almost like a mountain ridge with different heights of the mountains. I want the final building in this row to be red, because the complementary color of green, as in these palm trees here, is of course red. So if we take this red building here as an example, you will see that that will pop out really well. But red is also a really bright color, so it's a bit scary-Larry. And yep, we are going to sacrifice Dr. Octavius' laboratory. This is the lab where all the babies in Soltown are grown in these canisters, but as you can see they're empty right now because the babies have been born. So the mad scientist lab will be going away. Well, it still will have its facade here, so we can imagine that this interior is still there. The measurement stick says that this is the right height there. I'm just going to expand that wall segment there a little bit more. I think that effect worked quite well with the red in the background and making this pop out more. And I'm really happy and satisfied with how this turned out. I will continue this row in a later video, maybe not in the next one, but in a future one. And that's going to have to be really, really thin layers of facades because of this whole Barracuda mess here. I think we should put in an extra pink frog here just in case. That could be over here. Why, you stupid little pink frog, you're so cute. Let's take a moment and appreciate this area with some soothing music. I feel a bit like a kid right now because this turned out so much better, this whole area, than I had expected with the tunnel and everything. And this side as well with the official Lego sets here and the piazza up here. It just brought so much extra dimension and just brought everything more to life in my city. I mean, look at that. You can do all kind of funny camera movements here and it just looks alive. But with that said, make sure to stay out of the nonsense, stay awesome, and please subscribe.